You're probably going to be lonely, you might just be homesick, you will feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. And it's not like I'm buying for family of 5, and you'll realize how much you're spending in a week and you'll feel like collapsing. We do not care. Finding somewhere where you feel comfortable, focus on getting that degree. Embarrassment does not exist. You will not have friends. Say I'm going to catch up. No, you're not. If you want to vlog, do it. My body clock was off. Once you lock in from day one, don't do it. Just don't do it. The money will start adding up. What's the worst that could happen? They don't respond. Then what? Remember where you come from. Don't lose your head just because you're away from home. Hi my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to be recording this video for you guys. I'm sure you can tell by the title, but we are talking about things that I wish I knew before starting university. And I'm so sorry you guys, the lighting is going to be changing because I'm sat in front of the window, but I'm gonna ignore that. Yeah, let's act like we can't see it. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Tandy Magnolia. It is so nice to have you here. And for all those who are returning, thank you guys so much for coming back. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you. Yeah, so before we get started, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure to like, share and comment. Send this to your friends and your family so that we can grow our family. Okay guys, let's get started. I'm sure you're probably thinking like, Tandy, you literally just started, like, what are you talking about? And I can understand that. I can understand that. I did just start. I've been in uni for a month now, but I'm just going to be, I know we're approaching the season where people are going to uni and are going to be starting the UK, Canada, even those who are starting next year. And I know it's a time full of anxiety, because I've been there, done that. So like, I understand, and I just wanted to give you guys a little something that can help you. I know like most of the anxieties around like friends and things like that, but like there's ways around it. So I'm just going to give you guys a tea before you get started, so you know what you're doing from day one. So the first thing I'm going to be talking to you guys about is accommodation. Guys, I cannot stress the importance of finding somewhere where you feel comfortable, somewhere that is convenient, and somewhere that is safe. I promise you don't want to be finding yourself in an area where you can't even walk alone, or you're an hour plus away from school. I promise you that is not what you want, especially for you international students, because you don't know the place. You really do not want to be staying far from campus. That is the last thing you guys want to do. If you're a real one, you've probably heard me speaking about Amber before, and I will be telling you guys about Amber again, just in case you missed it. Guys, Amber is a platform that helps you find your ideal accommodation, somewhere either close to your university, close to the city, somewhere affordable, somewhere safe, and somewhere convenient. So you're gonna have one less problem and you can focus on getting that degree. So click the link in my bio now to find your ideal accommodation today. Friends, making friends, guys. And I know this is like something that a lot of students are very wary about, are very worried about when they are starting university, is finding friends. And I understand why. You're going into a new place and you probably don't know anyone there, and there's so many people. If it was high school and the classes were small, like, you can always find someone to speak to, but in uni, if you don't go out there and put yourself out there and make friends, you will not have friends. So you're probably thinking, okay, how do I make friends? How do I start conversations, etc. And my rule of thumb is to start a conversation and you don't know like what to say. And I know people usually hi. And whilst that works, like a good thing that can make someone like remember you, give them a compliment. And that can be like a conversation starter for you guys. Give them a compliment. I promise you, if you're in uni, like your first few days as well, and someone comes up to you and says, oh, XXX, like your smile is so pretty, or like I love your hair, etc, like things like that, like you will remember them and you can then start a conversation from there. This is not to say that I am the best person at making friends and I have all the friends in the world. That's not what I'm saying. If you know me, you know I am very much an introvert. Actually, I feel like people, I've come to realize people actually don't know that, but that's because I force myself to speak to people. But in a new place, usually I'm not the one to go out there and just start yapping, but I've learned that you have to put yourself out there, especially in the first. Okay, you know what, like, I just feel like your first semester is one of putting yourself out there. Join clubs, join societies, etc. Especially if you're staying off campus, you need to join clubs, etc. because everyone else is kind of finding friends in their colleges that are on campus, or accommodation that is on campus. And if you're not, you have to like work extra hard to find friends and meet new people. So join clubs, do what you can, go to your orientation. Things like that are important, guys, because that's where you meet everyone. And those first few days are prime time to speak to people because everyone else is nervous as well. You all don't know where you're going. I feel like the first people I spoke to on day one, these two girls that I found, and they were kind of walking around and they were looking like they were also looking for something, and I was looking for somewhere too. So I walked up to them and I said, "Hi guys, I'm looking for this place. Are you guys in your first year as well, etc?" And yeah, and they turned out to be such great girls. My second point, embarrassment does not exist. That is not a thing. If you are lost, if you don't know what you're doing, ask. If you want to vlog, do it. If you want to, I don't know, pull a fit, do it. No one cares. I promise you, we do not care. Everyone else does not care what you're doing. If I don't know what happens to you, I promise you, embarrassment is not a thing. Especially if you don't know something, ask. I promise you, the people around you are probably more than willing to help you out because they've been in the same position as you. Especially if it's first time students as well, they will help you out. In fact, you might just be confused together, which is even better because you can figure it out and make conversation as you go, guys. Embarrassment is not a thing. Do what you want. People are not paying attention to you, and that is in the nicest way possible, of course. People are not paying attention to you. Take pictures, vlog. You want those memories for yourself, so don't be shy. And in you not being shy, you're probably liberating the next person as well to do the same thing. Do not be shy. I promise you, there's no need for you to feel embarrassed about what you want to do. Go ahead and do it. Another thing is, especially for international students, and I feel like I speak mostly from this perspective because that is what I am, so that is what I mostly understand. But for international students, the first days you arrive, especially if you arrive like a bit before school starts, actually even like right before school starts, etc, whatever the situation is in your case, adjust your schedule first. What I mean by that is, I know you're going to be affected by jet lag. That is a real thing. I understand that. But do not fall into a habit of operating on times from home, if that makes sense. So your first few days, obviously rest, do what you need to do. But after like the first 2-3 days, start operating on the schedule of that place. My problem was the first week, I was here a week before orientation, so I had a week to just sit and not do anything. In that week, I was operating on Zim times, so I'd sleep when people in Zim were sleeping. So in the evening here, when I was supposed to be sleeping, I was awake. And I'd want to eat in those times, like in the evening, and that was not working. What then happened was, when I was supposed to be starting school, my schedule, my body clock was off. Like, I was not operating at the right time. Once you adjust early, it's going to be so helpful when you're starting school, so that you can sleep on time, wake up early, do what you need to get done, etc, and not be always in a rush. Go for your tours, go for your orientation, watch videos online, look at pictures on the website, etc. I promise you, especially if you're really anxious about going on campus, like your first few days, you're scared about getting lost, etc, go on those tours, go for your orientation. I promise you, once day number 1 of school starts, you want to know where you're going or have a general idea. I still haven't quite figured out like everywhere on campus. I don't know where everything is, like, but I do know where my classes are and where I need to get going without being on maps. Once I understand, like, sometimes you're going to use maps to locate places on campus. You also want to just start learning for yourself so that you're not always relying on maps to get around. But my point was, the first few days you want to have an idea at least of where you're going, so make sure you go on those tours. Do what you need to do to like familiarize yourself with that place, because I found, like, on my first few days after watching, I don't want to say I used to stalk people but I used to watch so many videos of people who went to my school. I just watched like vlogs and stuff like that. So the first days I went on campus, I was like, oh, I've seen that before, and especially if you're like the only person you know there, that is a very comforting feeling. Like, it's nice to know, like, to recognize things, you know, like, I've seen that before, or I know where I am, you know, just to ground you. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but for me it really was a bit grounding to be like, oh, I've seen that before, I know that. Go on social media, find pictures of your school, romanticize it. That is so that the first days you make the most out of the situation. You're probably going to be scared, you're probably going to be lonely, you might just be homesick, but romanticize your uni life, your college life. Makes it easier to just adjust and to get on with what needs to get done. You know, you're still going to feel those emotions, and another tip is probably feel those emotions. Allow yourself to be sad, allow yourself to feel lonely sometimes. I mean, don't wallow in those emotions, if that makes sense, but allow yourself to feel them. You're changing, it's a new season for you, you're transitioning, it's allowed. Feel those feelings, feel them and process them, but make sure to keep it pushing. Like, once you romanticize school and your studies, you're going to find yourself more excited, etc. And once you do the first thing we talked about, which is the whole finding friends, etc., it's going to make it so much easier. Your timetable matters. If you don't know what your timetable is looking like and you're going to school in a few weeks, or if you can start now, I don't know what every process is for each school. I know I could have done my timetable before I arrived. I was just a bit confused about how to do it, which is fair, but the earliest you can get it done, the better. If you can avoid the 8 a.m.s and the 5 p.m.s, do it, please, because do it. I know some people say I'm a morning person and that works better for me, and I mean, if it works better for you, then please do that. But if you can avoid those 8 a.m.s, please do it, because now you're waking up really early, especially if it's more than one day. You're waking up really early, you're probably tired, and you don't want an 8 a.m. and a 5 p.m. or 4 p.m., whatever it is, on the same day. That is how. Don't do that to yourself. You're waking up really early, you're going, you're doing school really late. I feel like prime time to start classes around 10 a.m. Obviously, if there's no way to avoid it, like I couldn't avoid it, I have 3 8 a.m. days in my week, but there was no way around it, to be honest. But if you can avoid it, please avoid it, because it's not fun. Know what works for you. Some people I know have schedules where 3 of their days are very, very hectic, and the other 2 they can kind of chill. I go to school every day, basically. That's if I want to watch if I want to attend every lecture in person, I go every day. So that's what works for me. I don't want to have days that are just hectic, you know, because I know, like, the other 2 days I'll just spend the day sleeping, which doesn't really help me. So I've kind of spread out my things throughout my week. But if you're one of those people who works with for one day, so do that. Do what works for you. Find what works for you. Have a system in place from day one. What I mean by that is, in terms of note taking, whatever, know what you're going to do from day one. Why I say that is because things are going to start building up very, very fast, and you don't want to find yourself behind. like I am in the first month of being there. Note taking is so important. Once you lock in from day one and you have a system, and you know that I take notes on my iPad, I take notes on paper, and then I do this after the lecture. I review before the lecture, after the lecture I put my notes here, and whatever system you're doing, make sure you have it set from day one. Believe me, that's going to be so helpful for you. If you take the first week slacking and say I'm going to catch up, no you're not. No you're not. Obviously I'm not saying like crunch time, like exam time from day one. That's not what I'm saying. Don't put yourself under too much pressure. But if you do have that system set up from day one, it's going to be so helpful for you in the future. So you know you're just going to follow that system for every single class. Believe me, things build up so fast. So you do not want to be behind. Just remember, all your first year students are in the same boat as you. Don't want to carry every single load by yourself. I promise you, you can't do it. I promise you, you can't. Every single other student is in the same boat as you. Find someone you can speak to in your lectures. Find someone who you can talk to in case you miss a class and you want to know what happened, etc. Just have someone you can speak to. Don't isolate yourself. I promise you, it's not a time to be doing that. You will feel the weight of the world on your shoulders if you isolate yourself. Do not isolate yourself. Speak to people. Yeah, just conversation is good for any human being. No one is made to be alone. Do not isolate yourself. It will make your experience so much worse, especially in the first 2, 3, 4 weeks. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Especially if you're watching this and you are still in university. And you're still in high school. If you're watching this and you're still in high school and you know what you want to study in the future, do some research into the courses that are going to help you in the future. Like, for example, I'm studying a science degree, right? My chem course is literally A-level chemistry. I promise, or it's a combination of A-level chemistry and A-level physics, besides the point. It's literally A-level stuff. And if I had just paid more attention, if I just paid more attention, I wouldn't need to work as hard as I do now. Just do some research. If you know you're going into business and you literally have a business class in A-level, chances are some of that stuff is going to be in your business course. Work hard now. Save yourself in the future. If you're doing engineering, for example, most of it is going to be physics. If you're doing physics now, just make sure you're paying attention, understand what's going on now, because you're going to be building on those same concepts. You don't go to uni and everything you've done before disappears, you're kind of building on what you already know. So make sure you're paying attention, and you actually study well in high school, just to make it easier for yourself in the future. You don't want to start building on literally ground zero. Meal prepping. There will be a temptation to eat out every day when you arrive. Don't do it. Don't do it. There will be a temptation to eat out, but guys, it's not sustainable. Once the money will start adding up, I promise you, it will start adding up, and you'll realize how much you're spending in a week, and you'll feel like collapsing. Meal prep. Go buy groceries. Make sure you know what you're buying for the next for the next 2 weeks or so, the next 3 weeks, whatever. Just be prepared. Things like that. Those small costs start to add up. So the little things that you buy every single day will start to add up, and you don't want to do that to yourself. I'd recommend on a Sunday, just get what you need to get done on that day. Then for the rest of the days, you can be carrying around your lunch, whatever. But yeah, also I do recommend finding someone who is in the place that you are going to speak to. Why I say that is because I had spoken to, things in Australia generally get, like fruits and veggies and stuff, they generally go bad really fast. And if I hadn't known that, I would have bought more than I needed for the next 2 weeks, and they would have gone bad in my fridge. So I can prepare knowing that. So generally I buy that stuff in 2-week increments. I hope that's the right word. I buy them for the next 2 weeks, then 2 weeks, then 2 weeks, because I know they start to go bad after 2 weeks. Obviously, things that are non-perishables, your rices, whatever, pasta, that stuff is fine. So I bought that in bulk, so now I don't have to buy that. I just know that every 2 weeks I'm buying meat and veggies, you know. And it's not like I'm buying for family of 5. It's literally just a few things every 2 weeks, you know. So just understand the place you're going. If you can find someone to speak to them. Reach out to people who are already there. I was talking to people. I literally messaged people for advice, people who don't know me. You message, hi, my name is Tandy, I'm going to this school, starting this time, and I saw that you're already at the school. Please could you help me with advice? Or you're already in the country, please could you help me? Especially people who come from the same place as you. I found Zimbabweans that were already in Australia, and I messaged them, guys, what's the worst that could happen? They don't respond. Then what? Then what? You lose nothing, but you gain everything from trying. So message, reach out. If you need to reach out to someone who's here, I'm here. Message me and I will help you out if you do need anything. But just be open. You lose nothing from asking. Ask people. Just understand where you're going before you arrive. It really makes the world of a difference. Those are a few things that I wish I knew before starting university. And yeah, I'm so excited for you guys who are starting. Even if you are still in high school, some of these things will help you just prepare for the future. So I'm so excited for you guys who are starting. Have the best time. Yeah, just make sure to be yourself and to just remember where you come from. Don't lose your head just because you're away from home. Remember who you are. But have fun, guys. It's a new experience. It's a new season. Have so much fun. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I am so excited, guys. There's so many new people joining us. And thank you guys so much for, I think we're over 500 now, but thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. We literally went from like 100 and something to like 500 in like a month, and I'm so grateful. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited to keep growing with you guys and to keep learning and to keep improving. And I'm so excited to do more of these sit down videos just to speak to you guys a little bit more. I'm sure I'll be doing a Q&A soon, so I'm so excited for that as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every single one of you guys. Just write down in the comments anything that you might be feeling anxious about or any other questions that you have, and I'll try my best to answer them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. See you guys in the next one.